Hi again then guys, and so we've got another GranTurismo 6 top speed tune for you today, and this time it's for the Nissan GT-R Touring Car. So you want your racing soft tyres. For suspension we've got the ride height on 70 front and rear, springs we've rounded off to 2175 and 1050, dampers and anti-roll to 4, camber on 2, neutral toe as usual. For the gearbox, we've got the highest possible auto setting, then we've rounded off the individual gears to 3420, 2130, 1490, 1090, 850 and 690 with a final drive of 3.8. For the diff, we've got the lowest initial torque, although obviously being all-wheel drive wheel spin isn't as much of an issue anyway, high acceleration and low braking, with a torque split of 30-70. Both of your power upgrades, of course, and your downforce set as low as possible. Traction control is, of course, turned off, as always. And so, surprisingly, to me at least, this is no way near as quick a car as you'd expect it to be. Some of you guys will have already noted that from the title of the video. The speed that I expected this car to be capable of is just way off from what it does, because this is of course the ultimate variant of the GT-R Touring Car series on GranTurismo. They're all made up versions, they don't exist in real life, and there is of course an R32, 33, 34 and of course this R35 version. But strangely, this R35 version, despite being by far the most powerful and by far the highest PP version, and the version of them all which you would expect to be the quickest, is not that quick at all. It's quicker than perhaps the R33, but not by much. The acceleration perhaps is quicker, but the top speed is nowhere near as good as I expected it to be. I mean, it's a car with well over 1,000 horsepower and almost 700 pp. So, kind of disappointing from a performance point of view. Obviously it's a fantastic track car, but I would have expected a lot more top speed from it. Of course it does have a flat floor, but at the end of the day there are plenty of vehicles which can have a flat floor and still do far better performance than this with less power. So the flat floor is no excuse, it's just slower for some reason than it should be. Obviously it has the rear wing, the chin splitter, the winglets, etc. to deal with, but still, there are plenty of racing cars that go much, much quicker than this, even in the touring car class or the GT1 class, etc. So it's kind of disappointing, to be honest. Thankfully it doesn't cost all that much compared to some of the other GT-R race cars, which kind of makes up for it. And around the track the power does obviously give it great acceleration. But it's just a shame, really. It had so much potential to be a monster, really, and it's just not. Top speed wise, as you can see, it's in the high 220 region. With slipstream, you've got around 1,000 RPM, maybe a little more of draft potential, so you should be able to slipstream up around probably 240, 250 region. So if you need it to do more than that, which I doubt many people will, but if you do, obviously you want to extend the final drive a bit more. But overall, it's certainly not a bad car, but I would never recommend using it for top speed racing. It's just not that good for top speed. So, if you do plan to use this tune, of course I do hope you find it competitive for whatever you plan to use it for, apart from top speed racing of course. And if you're new to the channel and found it interesting or helpful, feel free to subscribe. I put out new top speed tunes, usually much faster ones than this, every day. And as always, thanks for watching.